What's going on, everyone? So we are hours away, depending on when you're watching this video, may have already happened, from season 3. And so I wanted to do a little look ahead, kind of go over the synopsis of episode 1 of season 3, because I'm excited, I'm pumped for it, and I'm really ready to kind of unravel this mystery. But I just want to give you a heads up before we get into it. I don't know anything, just a fan. I'm not some insider. I haven't seen, I know a lot of people have already seen season 3 and are reviewing it and all that stuff. I am not one of those people. Everything in this video is just going to be my opinion, my guess, but there is a possibility I get some stuff right. We are going to go over the synopsis, so it is going to be an educated guess. So if you're somebody that wants to just completely go into this blind, doesn't want to know anything, no problem. I get it. Make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel on your way out. But for those that are still here, and for those that want to kind of explore and dive into episode 1 of From, definitely going to do a review, so look forward to that. But get into this little look ahead, join the discussion down in the comments below, and let's get into it. All right, if you're still here, first episode is called Shattered, and Boyd feels the town slipping away from him as the weather grows colder and the residents more desperate. So, based on the synopsis, you can see, and it makes it very apparent throughout the trailer for season 3 of From, that the climate has changed. Running out of food, clearly there's snow all over the ground. You can see in various shots just this heavy snowfall. It's not even like just like flurry. It's like, no, like there's full on snow, full on cold. And I really do think that that's going to be a real element and a real point of emphasis throughout this season. That, one, you keep seeing things getting worse. You keep seeing that this place is changing, right? Season 2 especially really kind of hit on and made it a point that, like, hey, this place is like evolving almost, right? It like we've gotten comfortable, we've gotten happy, like we've figured it out, right? We've solved the issue. We had X amount of days without any incidents, and we were finally finding some kind of just happiness in a place of nightmares. And the place just is starting to shift and going, okay, I hope you enjoyed your peace. I hope you enjoyed your happiness for a moment. You ready to get back to misery? You ready to get back to nightmares? Ready to get back to this form of hell? And that, I think, is going to continue throughout. I think that you're going to continue to see them kind of deal with struggles and how many people are prepared for snow and the cold, right? Like, I don't think that they have like this like central heating system everywhere, right? Like, so it's going to be a real change. The food, right? Like, they make a big point in the season 3 trailer of like, hey, they're out of food, right? This is a problem. Well, snow would do that. Kill your crops, do everything. Right, you got to evolve. You got to adapt to this. So I do think that there is going to be this desperation, right? Like, you keep hearing desperation thrown around. You keep seeing that, you did everything you could, Boyd, right? Like, Boyd trying to figure out and navigate this hellhole, as well as trying to keep everybody alive, trying to keep everybody as healthy and safe. And it's so many obstacles that there's so many hurdles, and it's just like this place just keeps throwing you one after another, after another, after another. It makes things very challenging. It makes things very hard. But I think you're just going to also get, period, this season, and I think it'll really start in right out the gate, season 1. I think you're going to get these various journeys from individual characters, from key players. Obviously, Tabitha, right off the bat, I imagine this is going to pick up where season 2 ended, and you're going to see Tabitha in what appears to be the real world. We'll see if it really is the real world, or if it's just, another layer. Is this like, the second layer, second level of this Fromville, or did she really get out? And now she's trying to find her way back to go help everyone else get out. Now, I will say that, again, I don't know any of this stuff for certain, but there are rumors going around that they want to do at least 5 seasons, that if season 3 does well, that their plan is to do 2 more. So I imagine that this is going to kind of play into that, I don't think that this season's going to wrap up into a tight little bow, right? I think that there's going to continue to be story that develops, but I do think you're going to see a real journey from all these characters, right? Tabitha's going to be trying to navigate wherever she's at, whether it's the real world or Fromville, another layer of Fromville. And then you see Victor, right? Victor's going on his own little adventure, his own little quest, right? He's trying to uncover the past. He's trying to remember what has changed. He's trying to kind of dig up his memories because he's really suppressed and hid and tried to run from it all and hide from it all, which you get. I mean, he was a little kid that was there all alone for some time, right? Like you're constantly seeing new people thrusted into Fromville, but there was a point where it was just Victor, right? For who knows how long exactly, right? So, he's kind of had to deal and adjust and cope, right? And now, I think you're seeing him start to want to learn and unravel these things. But what's his mental state going to be like? Is he going to be able to handle these things? We've seen him break down over just talking about his mother and whatnot, and him, he is very childlike in a lot of ways still, because again, he grew up in this place. And so I'm excited to see not only Tabitha's adventure, of course, and her journey throughout this season, and I imagine picks right up in season 1, but also Victor, I believe, will pick up right after season 1, right? Or season 2, right? I think season 3, it'll pick up right where it left off. And Victor was already in the process of digging up and learning about his past. Same thing with Tabitha, and we're going to get into season 3 and see their journeys. Now, as for Jim, I think Jim, you're going to see his journey and his struggle, right? One, he's going to be without his wife, right? Like, how is that going to impact him and his children, right? How does that impact Jules and stuff, right? Like, does Julie, she's got to deal with her trauma, and we'll touch on that here in a moment. But I do think you're going to see Jim kind of try to be the father, but also trying to find his way out, right? And what does he have to do? And, he's continuing trying to innovate and kind of come up with these creative ways. Sarah, obviously, Christy, and her girlfriend, Fatima, dealing with her pregnancy, right? I imagine that's going to be a point of emphasis. As well as Ellis, right? The two of them. Jade, obviously, he's on a journey in of himself. I'm really excited to see all these little journeys unfold for all these characters and all these kind of like missions that they have to accomplish, all these little missions that they have to kind of give up and go through, these trials, so to speak. And I think that we're going to see a lot of these begin right out the gate. I don't think it'll be 3, 4, 5 episodes in, and it's like, okay, well now we're getting. No, I think we're going to get it from the jump. I think as soon as we get going, right? I mean, you have 10 episodes to basically unpack everything. You have 10 episodes to basically get through whatever they want to get through with just the lack of food, Boyd's journey of trying to get these people out, and his continued quests, right? Like, all the things that were left over from season 2 that need to be answered. It's a lot that needs to be unpacked and unfolded here. And I'm excited to see these people's journeys. But lastly, I'm curious, not only, Julie, but everybody that has, Marielle, her coming in, and then also Randall, right? As well as Julie, the three of them, how do they deal with the trauma of, kind of being trapped in that nightmare, right? How do they deal with the trauma of, what we saw unfold towards the end of season 2 and then into season 2, right? You got to imagine that Julie, in particular, I would imagine, not going to have her mother as the support system to fall on and to talk to and to kind of walk her through just the trauma that she's dealing with, but also having to deal with just whatever nightmares she had going on in her mind. And hopefully that continues to get explored right out the gate on episode 1. Same thing with Randall and Marielle. Like, I want to see those two. Does that kind of bring those three together? right? Does that kind of become a point throughout the season where those three really do kind of have this relationship now because they dealt with, they're the only three that dealt with that. They're the only three that were trapped in this sort of nightmare. And, Boyd was able to get them out and help them escape. But, they still, I imagine, still have those memories, are still going to have that trauma, are still going to have to deal and navigate that. So I think that there's a lot of things that are just kind of being thrown this season. And I think it's going to be a real roller coaster ride. But anyway, as always, this is a discussion, and I pass the question on to you. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down in the comments below. What do you think? How do you feel with your thoughts? Are you excited? Season 3's here. Excited that season 3 we're actually going to get to start diving into here. What do you want to see in season 3? What are you looking forward to? Is there anything specific? And are you excited for this upcoming season? Again, I don't know anything. I haven't seen the season yet. I'm watching this in real time with all of you. So just keep that in mind as we go through this journey together. But I'm pumped. I'm excited. I cannot wait. Do you feel the same way? However you feel, whatever your thoughts are, I'd love to hear it. So let me know down in the comments below. That being said, if you haven't liked this video, hit that like button. Helps me a lot. So we enjoy these types of videos, and I truly appreciate it. Not subscribe channel. What are you doing? Hit that subscribe button. Turn on the bell notifications. Appreciate y'all. See you in the next one. Thank you.